Here's your Wisconsin wine guy. I am back again with another wine review. Triple threat here. Wow. I get so excited when I have multiple wines. Again, I say this all the time, but I'm always so excited with multiple wines from the same winery, because it gives me an opportunity to taste different varietals and get an idea of that winemaker's thumbprint, about where they're going to. Of course, wineries have different tiers of wine, so different tiers can give you a completely different taste. So explore, and very simple. These are wines that you can find every day on the shelves of your local liquor store, grocery store, and even some wine shop shelves. I mean, some of the brands you may have even heard of in your area when I'm doing these reviews. Thumbs up, highly recommend the wine. 3/4, I would drink it, and I'd probably keep a couple bottles on hand, and I would say that if it's like one of those that, I would drink this, hold on to it, and let it rest a little bit more, see what happens. Halfway, not so much for me, but maybe for someone. You give it a try and let us all know what you think of it. Thumbs down. Oh, wow. Yeah, that just didn't go well at all on my palate for sure. But doesn't mean that it wouldn't work for your palate, but give it a try. On today's show, we have a triple threat here. And guess what? We're going all reds today. How rare is that I'm doing a review and all the wines from the same winemaker are all red? So let's tell you what they are here. We're going to be doing Santa Julia, or Julia, however you want to call it, Santa Julia, the Reserva, from Argentina. So we're going to have the Cabernet, all right, 2017 Cabernet. We're going to be tasting the Malbec 2016 Malbec, again, Argentinian wines. And we're going to be doing the 2018 Mountain Blend, Malbec and Cabernet Franc. Now, I had one of my followers ask me in January sent me a message saying, are you going to be reviewing any Malbecs? Got a couple of them for you. Here you go. I got a Malbec and a Malbec blend coming from Argentina. So we're going to give them a taste, and then we'll all know what they're going to taste like, what we think of them. So I want to thank you for sending that question in, and here we go. So let's give it a pour as always. Like to give them all the wines a pour, smell, swirl, taste them all first, and then give you my final grading on the end. Give you a chance to view the wines so you can see what they look like as far as color. So I'm going Cabernet first, and then I'm going to go Malbec. Now for those who may be more familiar with Malbecs from Argentina, Malbec originated in France. Look it up, check it out. And then I'm going to finish off with the blend, a combination of the two. Yes, you may be thinking, you know what, those other two wines may be kind of full because we're talking about a Cab Franc. So now let's get this, make sure we still have it in view. So the first wine in the lineup is going to be the Cabernet. Get a look at that. Nice. Beautiful. I mean, the nose on each of these wines, I mean, the berries that are coming through is just phenomenal on each of these wines. So that's the Cabernet. This is going to be the Malbec. Okay. Not much difference in that color, even on my end. Okay, the Malbec is a little bit more purple on my end. You really can't tell so much when I put it inside the camera here, but on my end, I'm looking down at my white sheet. You could definitely get the difference. And then the blend. Okay, so I'm curious at the coloring within the blend and the Malbec. And it seems to be the blend is even darker than the Malbec. So the blend, the Malbec, and the Cabernet. So now each of these, I found a reason, each of these are aged in French oak for 10 months. So consistency across the board. Now, Santa Julia also does a line of organic wines. All right, so we'll check those out too. Oh, that nose. This is the Cabernet. I'm taking it in deep on that. So Cabernet we got. Ah, man, dark berries, plum. Subtle spice. Just subtle, soft hints of smoke. The Malbec. Whew. Blackberry. Blackberry spice. Subtle hints of wood. Now, Malbec, I tell you, when I had my wine shop, Malbecs, wines from Argentina, You know, Chile, those area South American wines. I love those wines. It's rare you hear about these wines these days. You know, I mean, when you follow the market, they say drink this, drink that. You know, forget about some of these great, fantastic wine regions or wine countries. South Africa, Switzerland, all these wine countries. So now for the blend. Oh, that blend is nice on the nose. Oh, wow. Between the three, you know, I like the nose better on the blend, the Mountain Red, Mountain Blend. That's the Cabernet Franc and Malbec. Wow, that smells nice. Mmm. Each of these, when I smell them, though, it makes me think about I need to have me a piece of meat. You know, maybe a nice grill burger off the grill. I don't even need cheese. I don't even need condiments. Just give me the meat and the bun and go for it, right? Wow. So now let's go for our rinse. Cabernet. Nice spice. Do another rinse. Kind of soften fruit. Spice there. Tannins are medium. Easy drinking. Okay. Plum on the finish. Finish is like soft medium. Now I'm going to do a rinse on the Malbec. Okay. Do another rinse on that one. Again, tannins are the same. So far, these two wines seem to be identical. You know, as far as how it feels on my palate. Okay. There's a little more variance in fruit. There's dark berry fruit here, but not a lot. Not a lot. You know, we'll just keep going. Now for the blend, I mean, I got a lot to say about these. This is just the rinse. Acidity is mild, but it's there. Tannins, mild, but it's there. Again, good finish on that one. Plum, berry finish on this one. Now for the Cabernet Franc and the Malbec. Do all the rinse. A lot more tannins on that blend. All right, so we did our rinse. Now let's just go down the line, give it a taste, give it a grade. First up is going to be the Cabernet. Okay, Cabernet, I give it like 3/4. 3/4 on the Cabernet. You know, I mean, again, it's not gonna knock your socks off, not at all. It's not gonna, you know, be bold and rich and heavy. This is again a good, simple, everyday drinking wine. 3/4. You know, I'll be very good with food. You know, different kinds of food stuff off the grill. You know, roasted meats in the oven, roasted vegetables, pizza. Now for the Malbec. Now, the Malbec, again, having these side by side, there's not a whole lot of difference, you know, in variation. When I think about Malbecs from Argentina, I think about, you know, robust, deep fruit, you know, intensity, you know, rich tasting. I don't get that here. It's almost like, you know, in fact, in both of these, it's almost like they're very lean tasting. Now, I did give the Cabernet 3/4. I'm going to give the Malbec is going to be in between half and 3/4. Okay, it's not what I would look for in a Malbec, but it is easy to drink. I wouldn't rush out and go and purchase this Malbec. You know, and it seems to be Robert Parker gave it a 90 points. I'm not feeling it, Robert. Sorry. So in between 3/4 and a half for the Malbec. You know, not that impressed with it. I expected more from the Malbec, especially from Argentina. That's how I roll. Now for the blend. Between the three, the blend had a nice nose, but again, across the board, nothing stands out. I mean, there's really there's like subtle, slight differences, you know, in the different wines, you know, but nothing stands out to show distinctiveness or individuality in the wines. It just made it safe across the board. I mean, they're all pretty lean. We're talking about Argentina, so they're all pretty lean tasting. So again, the Cab Franc and the Malbec blend, if I had to choose between the three, that'd be my favorite, but it's only going to get 3/4. Okay? I'm not going to say, hey, oh my God, this blows me away. 3/4, you know? So, 3/4 on the Cabernet, in between half and 3/4 on the Malbec. I mean, I'm not really that impressed with it. I wouldn't go out and buy it. I would just drink the Cabernet, but I wouldn't go out and buy this one. 90 points. I don't agree with that. And by Robert Parker. And the Reserva, 3/4. This is the Cab Franc and the Malbec blend. You know, between the three, I would probably drink this one. You know, it's pleasant, you know, easy to drink. I mean, it puts me in mind of more like a light to medium type of Merlot. You know, so it's not so bad. But again, overall, you know, coming from Argentina, I expect more from these. All right, so again, Cabernet, 3/4, the Malbec, in between half and 3/4, not that impressed, and 3/4 of the Cab Franc. So I'm going to finish off and close this out with the Cab Franc. It's your Wisconsin wine guy saying, as always, let your palate be the guide for selecting your wine, and I'll see you next time. Bye.